Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. It's now time for Silverstone in the Moto3 career mode and the British GP race. So Tatsuki Suzuki starts in pole position with Grant and Massey on the front row, Binder, Toba and Mino on the second, with Sasaki, Artigas Garcia, Foggia, McPhee, Yamanaka, Antonelli on Chu, Alcoba, Fallon, Acosta, Rodrigo, Dupasquier, Tatai, Fanate, Cooney, Guevara, Rossi, Fernandez, Nepa, Salach, Farid Izdihar and Maximilian Koffler at the back of the grid. So we look to the lights on board the Husqvarna, waiting for the lights to go out, and we will charge! Go for it! In power setting 1 as always, because of course that makes the interesting races very, very much more entertaining, because we have to fight our way through the pack. Now, starting from second place was absolutely imperative, because I did fear that we were going to lose a good couple of positions on the start. And you know what? We didn't lose too many. Andrea Mino on the left-hand side there, you know he likes to rub my nose in it this season. He's had my number many and many times, and oh, goodness me, we got a little bit too close for comforts right there. So we now get onto the left-hand side. That is Sasaki getting over the inside. Good job for the Red Bull KTM rider. Now onto the left-hand side, and I must say I am pleased to see that there is not one single championship protagonist right there into the top 10. I can't see Darren Binder, I can't see John McPhee, I can't see Pedro Acosta, and I can't see Gabriel Rodrigo. So this is absolutely brilliant. This is a gift right there, given to us, showered to us from above, from the DrAce supporters, no doubt, as Jama Masia leads from Kaito Toba, Tatsuki Suzuki and Andrea Mino. Now going into Vale for turn 8, now onto the left-hand side for Vale. Beautiful, beautiful corner as we flick it to the right for turn 9, getting closer and closer to the Viennese Snipers Honda of Andrea Mino. A little bit too tight to the apex there, and we made a little bit of a mistake. But take a look into the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there, or at least actually a little bit further up, and you'll see John McPhee in the timing screens. Just moved his way up to 7th place and then got immediately reverted back to 8th. I'm not going to continue repeating what's happening there, because they're battling with Sasaki for 7th and 8th place respectively, and I guess that we'll probably see them come as the race progresses. I don't doubt for a second, I was just about to say, I don't doubt for a second that we won't see Darren Binder very, very soon. And hello, Darren Binder wants to join the top 10, or at least the top 8, let's say. Now in behind, Andrea Mino, brilliant ride for him so far this season. And this is in video game format, of course. In real life, he still had a very successful season so far, but it has only been 5 rounds compared to the 13 that we are tackling here today. Now we're getting closer and closer to the Italian. We could have a lunge up at the inside of Luffield, but after seeing what happened in qualifying session, where we had a little bit of a mishap going into Luffield in qualifying 2, I don't fancy us with a little bit of contact there with Andrea Mino. I do apologise. That was nothing personal, as we get right on the rear of Andrea Mino, pushing him back there. Rubbing is racing, they do say, so we're just living that right now. As we go onto the right-hand side for Cops. Too tight there. Very, very careful not to touch the inside of the curb there, because it probably could drop you out on this track and chuck you on the floor, let's say. Now getting very, very close to the part where we almost died in qualifying just earlier on, or at least a free practice session. If you haven't seen that part, I would highly recommend you check that first 3 minutes, because it's quite entertaining. As we go into the right-hand side for turn 5, we'll get ready in a moment to flick it left for turn 6 for Chapelle, or Chapel, I don't know why I keep saying it that way, as we now charge underneath the bridge. Toba, Suzuki and Massey, oh, I should not have looked behind. There's the Petronas Sprinter boys, Sergio Garcia as well, all charging towards Grant, as Mino has a little bit of a look on the inside. Will he chuck a bit of Dunlop tyre onto my right arm? Not quite, we go around the outside. Brave move that from the World Championship leader, the World Champion-elect, let's say, as Andrea Mino tense. Oh, he's feinting another move. I'm getting a bit tense here, especially when Andrea Mino's around. You know he likes to chuck it up on the inside when he gets the chance. As we go into turn 9, a little bit wide there, but thankfully no one will try and get up on the inside for the club corner. We'll charge down Tatsuki, Suzuki, Toba and Masia, hopefully in that order as well. As we'll get onto the right-hand side for Abbey. We are very quick here. Just drop it down into 4th gear. I figured this out later on in the race, I do believe. But chucking it down into 4th gear gives you that bit of extra oomph going around that corner. Now breaking into the very difficult village corner, and then really, really tight left-hander in a moment's time for the loop. As we get closer and closer. Bear in mind, that is where the long lap penalty is, by the way. They just right at the end of that particular corner of the loop. Very difficult corner to enter, so do be careful of that one. And I haven't practiced that one, actually. I've just realised that now. I don't tend to practice the long lap penalties anymore, since I stopped really doing the full practice sessions, because that racing line is rather annoying. For some reason, I've always been put off by the racing line in video games. I don't even like watching videos of people using the racing line. I've just become a non-racing line snob, let's say. I do apologise if that offends anyone, but that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm just really not a fan of the racing line. I find it extremely off-putting. I'm not even a big fan of following ghosts in time trial sessions. I have used them in the past, but right now it's... I don't know, I don't particularly like them. I'd rather learn it by myself. As we go into Cops, closing in on Kaito Toba, not too far away from the Japanese riders ahead, and the Spaniard leading this race, of course, Jaume Masia. 2 victories to his name this season so far. So I'll flick it onto the right-hand side for Maggots. Getting closer and closer to the apex there. Goodness me, we're almost onto the rumble strip and beyond there. As we go into Beckett's for the right-hand side, now into turn 5. Get ready to then flick it to the left for Chapel. Nice exit there, but of course we do suffer a bit of lack of speed in power setting 1. Utilising the soft front and the medium rear could be a bit of a downfall in this one, because only onto the 3rd lap, and that front tyre is looking a little bit worse for wear, let's be honest. As Darren Binder is just under 0.2 of a second behind us here. 1.7 to the leader, Jaume Masia. 1 second behind Kaito Toba. We're not that far away. We just have to keep pushing. I do feel going into the next sector we are extremely quick. So let's see if we can convert that into another position gained on Kaito Toba. Now onto the right-hand side for... Ooh, a little bit too tight there. That's a track limit warning. That's another track limit warning. So just 2 track limit warnings in 1 corner. That is... Oh, that's bloody annoying. That's a big mistake on my behalf, I'll be honest with you. Big mistake. I mean, that's only 2 already. Just 3 laps into the Grand Prix. I've got to be careful. I keep doing this early on in the Grand Prix, making those little bit of mistakes and just really costing me as we get into the loop. We have closed right in on Toba and Suzuki. If we manage to get ahead of these guys and get away, those particular sort of penalties and sort of warnings for going on the outside of the track won't even matter, because we're bound to not make any mistakes when we're leading the Grand Prix in style, especially here in home. But a podium position is the least. It has to be the least goal possible for us here today. We have to get on the podium at the very least, I swear. I can't not go on the podium here in home. We only get to tackle home Grand Prix once a season, so we have to make sure each one counts. And of course the last British winner in Moto 3 was Danny Kent, and that was right here in Silverstone. That was the last man from England to finish in the top position right here in British GP, whether that be Silverstone or even Donington Park. Scott Redding did it in Moto 2 one year as well. That might have been in Silverstone, or in fact it might have been 125ccs. I'll have to double check that one, but for the time being I can't particularly remember. I know Sam Lowe's never managed it, and no one in MotoGP has managed it. Fingers crossed that's our goal is in the future. But of course next season we'll be in the Petronas Sprinter Racing Team. Fingers crossed we can get the job done there. With Jake Dixon joining us on the podium, but never mind about that. Darren Binder up on the inside. Darren Binder's had enough of sitting behind Grant. He says, look son, follow me. I don't care if you're the championship leader. I want to be the new championship leader, so get in behind me. Andrea Mino says, you know what, I think I'll join in with the fun. So, excuse me, Grant, Italian coming through. Goodness me, this is not where we wanted, but I guess they're not saying... I'm gonna allow them to drag me up front, I think. Yeah, you guys can take me to the front. I'm always doing the pushing. Let you guys do it. But then again, I do fancy a move around the outside of Darren Binder. Well, it's not going to happen there, but we can go around the outside of Andrea Mino. Then up at the inside of Darren Binder. Could we make that stick? That'll be a beautiful move. We can do it. Oh, taste my front tyre, son. As we get onto the shoulders of Darren Binder temporarily. How do you like that view? As we went round the outside of Andrea Mino. And then up on the inside of Darren Binder. Beautifully done. And I guess we didn't really listen to our own advice. Classic Moto 3, isn't it? Someone taps the rear and they say, look, get in behind me, we can chase the guys in the front, and they immediately get overtaken. I love that in Moto 3. No teamwork necessary as we get closer and closer to... Ooh. Goodness me, I had to clench my fist there. I thought we were going to crash into the side of Kaito Toba. The CIP Green Power KTM was probably worrying as well as we got ever so close to him. The Husqvarna just closing in on him like the Jaws theme. As Toba goes around the outside of Suzuki. Not sure why Suzuki went for that tight line. And Suzuki, we haven't forgotten about you pinching our pole position, son. So when we get the chance, you know, I'm going to throw up at the inside for Luffield, perhaps. That'll be a brave move. We're going to make it stick, bouncing around the corner. Beautifully done. Thank you for the third position, Suzuki-san, but now it is my turn to get into third place and start chasing down Kaito Toba, and potentially Yamamasa as well ahead of us. I think we have the speed to chase him down. It's probably not going to be a fast lap for us here, but we'll see what we can do. Now onto the right-hand side for Cops as Darren Binder, wow, forces me wide into... that's beautiful. Absolutely magnificent move there from Darren Binder. Showed absolutely no fear or remorse to dive up on the inside of the Husqvarna man. This is great stuff. And Darren Binder has put up a great fight this season. Now, usually when I play MotoGP 20 career mode, or excuse me, MotoGP 21 career mode, or any other MotoGP games I've played career mode on, oh, Suzuki fights back. Dives over the inside for Chappell. Good stuff there for Suzuki. But I was going to say, every other season mode I've always done, I've always had to like sort of take it steady and to try and fight with them, and they've never been competitive enough. Power setting 1 against the AI on 120% difficulty has been absolutely bloody brilliant. And I just want to say a quick shout out to everyone who's been watching, guys, and giving me positive feedback. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I am loving doing these commentaries. We dive up on the inside of Tatsuki Suzuki. Never mind, save the sentiments for later as we get closer to Kaito Toba. Now onto the right-hand side for turn 9. We might be able to get closer to Toba here. Maybe on the right-hand side we might be able to get into the slipstream and potentially for the next corner going into turn 11 for Abbey alongside. Stay on the left-hand side because we'll get the nice drive going into the right. Here we go onto the right side, drop into 4th gear. Get ready for the change of direction on the left-hand side of the tyre. Can we go round? Oh, a little bit of contact made there. Dive over the inside of not 1, but 2. Can we make it count? Oh, Darren Binder went bravely around the outside, but we can then get over the inside of Darren Binder. Gorgeous move into Silverstone. Brilliant stuff for the loop. Absolutely gorgeous. But I am a little bit concerned because there is absolutely nothing left on the right-hand side of that front tyre now. So braking or trail braking on the front, on their right-hand sides, is going to be difficult. And there's still quite a lot of right-hand corners to go, ladies and gentlemen. So be warned on that one as we go into Brooklands. Holding a nice tight apex. Now into the part that I'm concerned about, Luffield. Bouncy, bouncy, loads and loads of feedback on the controller. Really rumbling, really shaking in your hands. Really difficult to maintain a positive amount of speed there, especially when your front tyre is as dead as that. Now across the line, we are still lapping into the 215s. The 214s has completely eluded us, but not for Darren Binder, who managed to set a 214.512. It's quite a few laps ago, but we are in a fast sector here. Yamamasa could be well in range if we continue to move forwards. Now into Maggots, now into turn 3. Get ready to flick it left for turn 4 for Beckett's. Hold the line, get ready to then flick it to the right, using a bit of trail brake onto the right-hand side of the tyre for turn 5. Flick it left for Chappell, and we're closing in. Up by 0.4 of a second to Kaito Toba. He managed to get ahead of Darren Binder. Great news for us, and look at the battle going on behind us. Andrea Mino's still right there as well. He wants to continue to fight for victory. Andrea Mino has been superb this season, as I mentioned earlier. Would like to have seen him battle for a few more wins, but I think he just had a bit of bad luck throughout the season in a few races. But other than that, in the races where he's been ready and able to fight for the front, superb. And there's another name I've just seen on the left-hand side of your screen there that I've not mentioned yet. Another championship-elect, Gabriel Rodrigo. Where have you been today? He's finally showing his name. Perhaps he can work his way through. He's only got Suzuki, Acosta, Toba and Binder to get through, and he's on the podium positions with Andrea Mino in 3rd place as it stands. Dropping it down to 4th gear, as I mentioned earlier, for Abbey. So if you're in Moto 3 and you're doing Silverstone, make sure you drop it down into 4th gear for that right-hander, as we now go into Farm. Hold it to the right for Village for turn 13. Great battles always in this couple of sectors here, as we then get ready to flick it to the left for Loop. Oh, this is good. Look at that lap time we're on right now. Up by 0.8 of a second to our fastest lap of the race earlier on, which was set by us, of course, the 2:15.010. Not good enough to beat the fastest lap, but our personal fastest lap was still in the 2:15, so I'm very positive to think that we could really chuck in a good lap here. Good to see that my lap times have been rather consistent, though, to be honest with you, so that's good. Big thumbs up from me so far. As we get onto the right-hand side, Luffield, be careful on the front, please be careful on the front. I can't barely watch when we're going into turn 17. I just know what the controller feels like and how much it's rumbling and vibrating and bouncing. You can even hear it in my voice because I'm doing the hand motion of a vibrating controller. Now across the line we go. Grant sets the fast lap of the race, a 2:14.423. What a way to announce yourself to be in the podium battle by setting the fast lap of the race. By not just any fast lap of the race, it's the first time in the 2:14s, and it's by 0.6 of a second quicker than our previous lap time. Awesome stuff. Now onto the right-hand side for turn 3. Giammasia has got to be aware that we're coming. He must know. He'll be able to hear that Husqvarna behind him. He's seen the pit crew waving, frantically trying to get his attention to keep on the pressure. Full gas is what they're saying. Go for it, Jamma. Don't let Grant catch you up. I mean, he's 0.3 of a second ahead of Darren Binder and 1 second behind Giammasia, so we did lose quite a lot into Sector 1 there. Didn't quite get the same amount of speed, and never mind about that. Andrea Mino with the absolute style points there. Overtaking, having a good old look behind to say, like, comment and subscribe, boys. As we now go into... Oh, can we do it again? Oh, I think we can. Turn 8 for Vale. No, not quite. Andrea Mino's beautifully positioned to stop us, and I don't think we're going to get the cutback for turn 9. We will get closer and closer to Darren Binder, though, but I don't think we are going to chase down Giammasia. So good job for the Spaniard. He is doing what Darren Binder did in Austria, but unfortunately for us, we had no chance of catching up to Darren Binder. I still feel we can chase down Giammasia, but I'm just not sure when. As we get onto the left-hand side for Farm, you know I'm pretty good into the Sector 3. Can we regain some points here and some... Oh, it's going to be close here. I'm going into the village. Pretty good so far. A little bit too close to Darren Binder. And goodness me, we are really closed in on Giammasia now. It might be the nature of that corner just being a little bit misleading, but it certainly feels like we're catching up to him. Andrea Mino doing the business here. Let's get in the slipstream of Binder, try and get a bit of a double slipstream going, and maybe then we can work together to chase down Giammasia. So Darren Binder went for the right-hand sideline, where Andrea Mino and Masia went for that sort of tight one to the left-hand side there for Brooklands. Now we'll get ready to flick it to the right for turn 17. You know what I'm going to say? Careful on the front end. Look at the front tyre. There is literally nothing left. The soft option front may have been a mistake at this stage of the race, but I know it helped us get into this position in the first place, with Darren Binder fighting his way through the pack. Shout out to Gabriel Rodrigo and John McPhee in 7th and 8th place respectively. I did expect a bit more for them, but it's obviously still early days yet as we're on to the penultimate lap. Anything can happen in a Moto3 Grand Prix. Get into the rear of Darren Binder, use the slipstream. I know it's a difficult corner these next couple of turns here, for turn 2, 3 and 4 respectively, but still getting the extra speed and track limit warning given for Grant. We have to behave. No more silly mistakes. We cannot afford to blow it right here in Silverstone. We're already feeling a little bit of pressure after the disappointing result in Red Bull Ring. We can't be having another one here today. No way, and not when it's in my home GP. We can't do it. I won't allow it. I'll restart. I'll just quit. We're not having it. We're not having a bad result here today. Well, obviously I won't do that, but you know what I mean. Onto the right-hand side for Stowe. Up by 1/10 of a second. Kaito Toba gets aggressive with me. Now is not the time to be doing that, Kaito. Toba, it is not the moment to be doing it, so go out and just do anything else but get in my way, sunshine. As we get onto the left-hand side for Vale. Flick it to the right. Can we get over the inside of Binder? Not close enough. We are closing in ever so close though. Right-hand side for Club Corner. Ooh, a little bit wide there. Into the, or at least a little bit too tight, should I have said. As we get onto the left-hand side, trying to find the space to breathe in between sentences is getting difficult, as this one is really kicking off. I can feel the pressure surmounting on Giammasia. It's even affecting me as we go round the inside of Oh, that was a beautiful move, if I do say so myself. Going into Village, bit too close to the rumble strip. Gonna have to be really careful on the exit here. Oh, big wheelie there. That's completely scuppered our chance of going into the loop. A little bit careful, gone wide there. That's the track limit. Double, what? No way, no way. We got two what? We got 2 track limit warnings for that one mistake? Are you kidding me? Oh, race direction, be damned. I cannot believe that. How dare you give us 2... What? 2 race... Why? I'm speechless. Why was that fair? No. We got a long lap penalty. Completely ruined this race now. I can't believe that. The voice is gone now. Why? Why was that 2 track limit warnings? What did I do wrong? Oh my god, that is so annoying. Long lap penalty for Grant on the final lap of the race. Podium position, forget about it. What on earth has happened there? Major damage limitations, a massive talking point in this Silverstone GP. And again, Andrea Mino is going to beat me once again. We can't seem to beat this guy when he starts fighting with us. He's the only one in Moto3 that just seems to have our number every single time. But you know what? I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to stop fighting, excuse me. Didn't even get to finish my sentence. I cut myself off. But the idea is now we're going to try and do everything we can to maintain as much points as possible. Now I am going to level with you a little bit. I made a bit of a mistake into that corner, granted. However, I was sort of... distracted by my cat, let's say. I'm not going to go into detail, but basically, I was using the controller via a wire because my Bluetooth was messing up, and she pulled the cable, and I continued to accelerate as we try and go around the outside of Andrea Mino. Sorry to take away from the immersion just a second there, but I just want to explain as we get another track limit warning. Oh my lord, this race has gone to an absolute catastrophe in just a matter of minutes. Completely hecked to a handbasket. Long lap penalty to be served within 3 laps. Are you kidding me? Shout out to Rio, my cat, for being an absolute nuisance and completely butchering this race. Oh, I don't know what to say, guys. I am so sorry. I cannot believe it. What a race nonetheless, though. This has been awesome. The long lap penalty's here, but I don't know where the entrance is. Oh, going to move it too tight. Oh, I've completely butchered it. We're not going to serve it. Oh, we didn't serve it. Oh, God. Look who's behind us as well. Tatsuki Suzuki. How? Why did he have such a bad race? How much of a penalty are we going to get for not doing the long lap penalty? So many questions and yet no answers. The only thing that we'll know is that Jama Masio is going to win this Silverstone Grand Prix. I am devastated to not win here. I need a cold shower and then a long lie down. I can't believe it. But enough of the shambles that is our performance here today. Jama Masio wins here in the British GP. Darren Binder and Andrea Mino finish on the podium, granting God knows where. So big shout out to Jama Masio for winning here today. He takes his second Grand Prix of the season. Darren Binder in second place and Andrea Mino finishes on the podium. Great result from Pedro Acosta, who moved himself up to 4th place. So Grant actually incurred a 3-second penalty and was forced down to 11th place behind teammate Romano Fenati. And now the championship standings. The pressure is on, ladies and gentlemen. Grant leads by 18 points over Darren Binder and 27 over Gabriel Rodrigo. So in the team championship, Petronas Sprinter Racing still lead the team championship by 11 points over Red Bull KTM, and that is pretty much the only battle. The Sterile Gardamax Racing Team are 104 points behind. But guys, what a magnificent race. I am deeply sorry about the final position. I didn't want the race to end that way, and I was equally as frustrated as you guys probably are as well. But nonetheless, guys, we'll have a lot more races to contend to, and hopefully we'll have better results in the next upcoming races. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Like, comment and subscribe if you did. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note, guys, thank you for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.